A lot of people they ask say, wetin happen to freedom of expression? Salon no get freedom of speech. No, Salon get. I don't talk an aya before. Freedom of speech, Salon self get am. Yeah? We get am. But freedom after speech, na the wahala. Na they determine now the next thing for you. Freedom of speech is there. But freedom after speech, well, you got to be man enough for face the music we get for happen after you don't get the speech done. Because nobody need to stop you. Nobody need to hold you mouth. So you know for talk. And we all know that. Say nobody need to hold you. How about you they talk? And now you don't talk done. And then now you have to try for defend yourself. Yes, us friend. Your summary for the week, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving the platform. And thanks to all the listeners and viewers. I know we want to talk about because this is the people that likely want to talk about. We just want to give you hits them. The first of all, now this Ebola thing we come on Guinea. I know also deny the fact of its emerging Guinea because now one of the area around the way being Camo. And then the area back na Congo, even the winner did begin at Congo, they said we don't they get 1 or 2, 3 cases, 1 or 2, 3 cases as this other virus they go, so this coronavirus they go along. But what did we find? I think it's still there in the animals then because now from chimpanzees and some bats moving here and there, they say they get a reservoir of animal them we keep the virus. So the fear is that no one let mortal man will meet up for get this virus of the type animal we get them. So that no more than go try and sensitize. They don't they try actually because even the bats in McKinney they get bats them where they don't discover another variant of this virus, but it passed the Ebola a bit, but it's still not affected mortal man. They call it I think Marburg or something. When around McKinney Tom Kolele. But the idea what they say is that then just get for try sensitize people and no more, what did they get for do? Or then what they try for do them findings, then we try help people them for no outside animal they isolate we get this tear so. But that actually I know also deny because when it started in Congo now from the river Ebola, because I didn't put the name actually. The river itself was called Ebola, I didn't force him. So now for that they just decided to give an name the Ebola in Congo 1976. But living that area, they come into issues that we don't pass. What we see more than the problems of all the more of the issues we outline, some they overlap, some of them are almost similar area who problem they arise or issue or something of concern or then they develop some uncertainty for particular people and back when the civilians them and then it create a lot of problems and way would they say they go along social media. But here, when we look at this area of that social media, this cyber issue, yeah, so more because we know say, of course, for use way the computer use them in the right way, okay, or you use them for knowledge, it's fine. Or the internet itself, with together with the computer, then can for help we follow enter the cyber world. You know how to communicate with person virtually, not for see virtual, not for see maybe through like letter T, kind of to the actual visionary virtual one. But the idea is that then therefore don't can bring this idea of the electronic devices we can inside. But because of the electronic devices we don't come inside, people will find out say that the more this cyber issue they become more rampant because it is like a pocket computer. Because you work out with an electronic device, get in a pocket, and you will access with any network. What are the network where you go on to? But the problem is that the idea of how people are able to understand waiting at the actual reason because now the way how to communicate with somebody from one place they will know and that process deny beaucoup people sometimes then they left when they go to give problems. But there is a lot of problem there will it cause. And I then one day with this way people like therefore try, they know much about them. That your repetition most of the times, if you become spending time most time in the computer or in that cyber world based on the Android phone, the more, then that repetition, then the professionalism, is likely for let it will get a problem. The way that depending how you deal with that particular platform, they so that area they not the problem, and they call that scamming, the scam person. The user them you will likely expose yourself to scamming. That if you use them in terms of communication or education sector or that normal communication, you dey go beyond that sector. So they become all that one. They even you the relationship sometimes they become affected in a way wherein you go see say somebody every day because of the social media, they lost that kind of relationship issue. And then that trend, most times now, how they follow from that area they now they influence you now, you and the society, how you they behave. And it's very, very bad because even the financial sector it dey affect them because sometimes you dey spend time, you dey spend money, and then sometimes it dey lead you to something back when you get for go spend money for. But the idea is that let government try to know, they try bring this gym, I call them cybernetics, now like something for study about how you use them for know the essence of them. So you don't can see say even when you bring about the radio issue yesterday, you go see say people and don't deviate, then they look for something where they attract them, something where their ears them very itchy to hear. You see, so they don't even go forced to the normal communication. So you don't become wearing the radio now, where you go know the use of the radio, like we use it for now, or the way people they demand for listen to radio, and they see the percentage, the lesson. Because of that one, they don't can't draw their attention of something very interesting. Where sometimes then they say, oh, we don't get this style, so much of it. So that's why again sometimes people in the radio, they go for try begin to find out a way how to win these people with programs them we go meet up with the type of world where they don't depend, where if they not want for debate them, but one we go interest them and for do this. But I believe in that one day, most of the radio all they try for do now, we go how they attract people and they try for bring them for know what them there for come on board. So I believe the government get for look into that side and the more as they try for talking about. But the area back where people and they get problem more now that continuing uncertainty, how the law, the people and that we the law they deal with things for them or waiting at their own role. Because some of them they know their civil duties and their responsibility like that lady in issue. You know your civil you know his rights and then you know about his responsibility. So even they exhibit irresponsibility, but then when they change them the other way around, wherein Aeon civil rights, where you know say me rights against this, I can get limits. Then the other area they say, okay, me responsibility how they do. So I go inside the bus, I wear this. But they say, oh, now we on the responsibility for who can't stop you for do this, which was the wrong way. So you can't see it creates a tension. It look like later it creates a kind of an environment will become very, very volatile, where you see people and get for move, then they're not going to become abiding because of those who are in power, then they always execute that long way when they look at that long sighting. Then in fact they lose sight. You know, when they lose sight of something where they happen in front of them in terms of the way the society, now plural society we get. So how they were able to adapt to them. The society pluralistic in terms of tribe, style, culture, everything. How then we able to adapt to them for deal with them things they not they understand. So then they look at from a different side, then they lose sight of looking at the people from that side. All then they look now for their own way no more than go able for me. And you don't become now say, oh, they, like people they inside a cocoon, and that round cocoon they we nobody, nothing should come in. They don't become like something with that bureaucracy they talk about where they things that all day one side will be that thing that they control everything instead of the shebam where now they see we don't happen at the Sierra Leone Road Public Transport Authority where they don't come as a regulator instead of operator. So then they get the one who are the road SLR and then they go, then they left as operators and then they become regulators. So because that burden they and therefore then they reduce them. But if they are going to make it in a good use, that's working well because you're trying to reduce the layers so that you know go get centralized decision where sometimes you know go come meet up one side, then they will do this, and they will do this, but they are saying they are centralized. So that is what then go try for them go they look say. Now that thing that will go for help people and for no. When we put law, let people and if you complain then that woman they get side for call phone, he reports. Not to the one number who then for call phone for sick. Let them get phone call back, wherein they go report say we have been treated beyond the law we will stipulate. Now one day they go back for trial and see back, then we able to help people say when I get side for complaint, then maybe have another number, but I don't know if this number is effective for say there are players who person will complain so that they will dispatch somebody when they will get like a kind of a body when they deal with them things and then go dispatch them, then go belong to the other side. But when they can go say, okay, you go there back, let's go find out. If not, then the line, the policy they will put, now them that one they reach, you offend them. That brings to the due process where they follow so that the man back will get in due rights and he will know in due responsibility in the near future. Let them go say, I even though I don't do the right thing, the wrong, well, I will try to do this. So those are all the things why I will try for see number. But because of the Sunday and people in Liverpool, I don't want anyone to go for put up so that government will try to look into it. Because they affect all these things. That issue in a bank, people then they go, then they write this. Because people they don't know what is their responsibility. Waiting I get for do. Because the events are timely. Then some of them the events are timely. Then the timing of the event and based on what they can put to that time day, and you go bring the actual outcome we go benefit people and tomorrow in life. So that people are not going to think about but putting at the head, they'll get for deal with this, they have to deal with this, a world of uncertainty, then the worker for money, they get for say, I get for do this. But it come to all the people and your responsibility. Let it not be like a political vengeance. Now in they go na salon indirectly. So it become a neutralistic country where the people then go know just the responsibility. We then know say we are there to serve the people. If we do them, once we don't do them, then we say a good thing. If we go, we can't hear for can't help. So we go, then go say thank you. But we don't go say we go for Kaya, we want for so those are the only thing no more. So thank you very much for giving me the platform. But I only hope say things are going to be uniform for people and then we will understand and with the rights and duty. Thank you very much for giving me the platform and God will continue for help we all. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much.
You're
Osfren, thank you,
welcome,
sir.
sir. Yeah, you're welcome, yes, sir. Yeah.
Let's come with Doctor. Make we hear waiting he gets for it today. In your summary. Yes, Dr. Isatuka Kejalo, your summary for the week, ma.
Yes, hi. Good evening, everyone, and I hope so everybody did do well. Thanks to host Fred for submission and also to you for the summary for the week. First, I want for also start and add to what Usfred don't say about the Ebola virus, where try to make we understand within they don't mention about the Guinea on we hope say, really, this is not something we be say maybe not a single case, if there is any, that then they will try for contain them because we all know what thing Ebola been do to we West African, especially, Guinea, Sierra Leone and Liberia, even though other side have been getting, but I think now we been get more of the cases then it was very devastating. As we already know, the causes of this now, like it cause severe bleeding, it cause organ failure and death. Those are things we be say it happen, and they get them from contact through body fluids. We be saying our blood, and some of the symptoms they deal with fever, headache, muscle pain, chills, feel like say the shake, that feeling of having a malaria. So now we really pay attention to that. Sometimes people then can experience, vomiting and coughing blood. And most of the time, then supportive care, we hospitalization, hydration, and try for control the symptoms. So let's be very careful and we dey hope say that this not something we go just pass before we can even find out more about it. And we already don't get an experience with it. And I think say everybody for adhere. And as we always say, for adhere to measures them we can to hygiene practices, not to just with COVID-19, they also for the adhere to, hygiene practices for the wasian regularly for fight infection, because now the single most effective way for let you really get rid of germs now your hand, and also for the disinfect areas that we use constantly. And after that, COVID-19, measures them, people have to definitely adhere. And the young lady way being get issue with the mask with the police them, I feel say me only take on that particular statement they feel say the young lady forget a mask, with them, even if been where I been feel say the law say where I only within a public transportation, in a crowded area, the waka. We understand, say, if that not the press release and not the statement where the government they go with, means say, forget a mask. You forget a mask, even if you want for put on because you work out for, hyperventilate, that will happen. I think if INSEF being try for show that, it will be able for really avoid so many things and will happen. But, and also now that takes me to the fact that in for don't doing your responsibility for sure and say you get mask, like Usra said, and then people then back we try for say, well, if you buy mask, not to then right for tell and let buy. Who say I want buy and I did buy. No, and anything you want to do with your money, now you do with your money. But the only thing if I don't get a mask with them, so that it go show and say, well, I get mask. I just decide say and I did well because I pan waka because I don't want for get any issue with breathing if that not being reason for not for wear mask. And then for like go into somebody in your personal phone for force and for like put a password and all that, really it's unprofessional of the police. They not need for do that. If we talk about freedom of the press, freedom of speech in the country, the young lady get the right for video. So maybe some other put them back actually not the far away from the scene, probably be already start for video. They know how that video don't go, they don't even know. So that's not some of the things I think with police officers then get for understand and foresee how they self go stop things like that. And then I want to congratulate we new Ministry of Health and Sanitation, Mr. Augustine or Dr. Augustine, for the appointment we end up approved for him through the Parliament. Whether there was some form of somebody to call out for say for pool cola or whatnot, we hope say that was in the case. And if that's not something people then they try for do for blackmail other people, then just because they don't appoint them, they didn't stop that. And knowing that now somebody we don't live overseas, and I'm sure I don't know how the medical system they now, so we hope say go instill some of them thing and the now we country, and we hope say that the healthcare system the way how we want it will come in and try for really help in how they go try for build hospitals them for picking them where they really go through so many health conditions them where it can't. So if you can see picking and they die now because either then they wait for visa because they need for go na India, or Ghana, but because of the COVID-19 place then they lock, like especially when they get visa for India and Ghana, then they go. We lost a young boy, because it was born with a congenital heart problem. Where if we don't go now. India, when a sick picking project, they deal with that. Unfortunately, we lost the young boy. It will go through the surgery, even though they don't raise money for the surgery, but then there be need for raise money for the nurse we get for travel with them. So think about all this money we get for left the country. So we hope say then we use money for build hospitals them. And even if you take for say we find doctors then we go willing for come, every few months for can help with some of the medical cases, then we go really help with doctors them or physicians within the country for let them self do them surgeries there. So that money not going to go out there because we people can go, now India India or any other country for surgery, they not get paper. So then go for pay out of pocket for many different things. So, why we now will keep them kind of money then in our country. So we really do hope say we healthcare system will become strengthened, and then things then will get better for we at the country. And then, for me, the thing with the letter that they posted, the Union Trust back post for Mr. Gavin Cole, to me was very unprofessional. And everybody when they read that letter, they go understand, say it's like now a 1-2 step, and then do to that letter day. That letter day was just written for the name, say, you know what, to get a documentation for something where you do. Other than that, they didn't go through it the right way, which Abidon mentioned now, which I'm not going to try to go back into. And we all know exactly, maybe, and people don't want to agree with this. People might think some of us are taking this too far, but no, we all know the truth, why this happened. And let's speak the truth when there's a truth. Let's not think that, you could probably feel bad, if what they insinuate or what they think, not so true. No, people like us would only comment on things like this when we know that, something went wrong somewhere, and that something that went wrong somewhere is because the young man spoke up, and then they want to silence him, because why? He spoke about somebody that's actually being investigated by the ACC. And with the hope, say the ACC doing job for really do what he is supposed to do as a Sierra Leonean, as a patriotic, na the country. We really need the hope, say, if them for they take orders from this current administration where they can to corruption. If corruption are the one of the flagship things them where the government or the president say it affect, now we they deal with issues them where they say the first lady they use money where it be say enough for use, even and before when they ask them about money them how they do stuff them in statements them, I'm sure we already don't listen to some of the things them where you don't say na social media, or we don't hear it from other programs them go no say the first lady say in money they use. If you not get money, it go to a man, then a man they get money. But now we don't come find out, say, you don't take over $2 million, where it they use for furnitures them, where you say how many furnitures and then at our room, the office space they, and then they try for host guests them. They do so many things there, and all the trips then where they go on when a man they do now they don't want to know where then they go, how much money they can go, where then they loot from that country. It's like this is bad. When they talk about come up a fire, then you go for inside the frying pan. I think now the salon they head for right now, and then for really me, before I've been really respect with president, and I've been get so much respect because of what he do during the NPRC time. What he do when he hand over power to Tijankaba. That makes me think that he was a patriotic for that country, that it no matter, no hand inside salon, money, then corruption. But with all that's been surfaced in the air now within these just 2 to 3 years, these 3 years, it is almost 3 years, if I'm not mistaken, yes, April, so it's sad. And I don't know if many people have listened to his TED talk. It didn't have the DIST. If you click on the website, you get a TED talk there, or you even YouTuber, you go see that TED talk and listen to her. Me, sometimes I always feel say the president need to go back. Let listen to some of the statements that we don't make before, and ask himself, am I really performing the way I intended to perform for this country when I was running for president? Because if you really need to do that, I think you need to go back and begin to listen. Every day, listen to something we've been talking during the campaign or right after the campaign, all the things that we talk. And then the next thing, talk to UF. Mr. President, talk to UF, let it back off a little bit out of social media and let it left for the cost people that you don't act like saying in the rule with country. Not in the ruling country. We tell he try for run for president and then vote him in. then a different story. But as it is right now, now you the rule, now you host, now you get power, not to pan the people in a salon. Because really, I'm really becoming irritated by some of the things the way they talk and the way they talk. How can imitate man? I will talk this. How can a first lady say, and she na course you want this morning? Which educated human being will even talk like that on social media? Then you call yourself the first lady of Sierra Leone. Now we country no more. Now you want for make glad people then look we like say we're not serious. Just like how they're not being serious with this one way then just cheat about not being impeached today, yeah. But anyhow, that's not a conversation for the American people. But that said, I don't feel say I get much again for ad nasty, but the money we then say they don't give for the school issues or the country when a grant, we they hope say they use them the way they're supposed to use them, because picking any other country, we really need that money. Areas and they will need library, areas and they will need computer lab, so that picking the window will afford them, go really able to utilize them and it will benefit them. Let them not just do them the way they can always do, put stuff there under cover. When I don't get one big account, where they say the account is so easy for go the SLBC, Sierra Leone bank, commercial bank, where they transfer money from that fund to the first lady account. We hope say that the chair no back. What you don't begin, me, I commend you, and I hope say you continue for put more, because you already talk and say before we even become president, you don't begin the right, yeah, and not a person where they look for job, for saying a political appointment they look for, it is fed for this country. And at that we don't begin to expose. So as the moment they expose, we first lady say, oh, well, the money I take, now this, now that. So anyhow, so you say, but anyhow, now you don't talk dandy. We'll just wait for ACC. We feel safe for the take orders from the current administration. We not to say for B. We defect corruption, get for fed corruption, full circle, 360. You ain't left anybody. Not stone, not for they unturned. You turn all the stones them for ensure safe. You get the corporates and make sure say them pay the country money, because you know what? Even though another in a salon for the full 12 months, but I pay tax in that country, because I get property where I pay tax on. So you know what? Now part of we money. So people like me too, I'm questioning the first lady. What do you do to the money? Yeah, now for me, no. But anyhow, I know say for me, you're gonna have to cross the river to come get me. Anyhow, that said, we still get the Sarah Network t-shirt them. I want to let people that know say we'll be able to raise money during the time where we try for sale. We'll be raised about $902. We still get a balanced t-shirt where they try for sale, finish them, because money they inside the cost, and also we forget proceed. So yeah, if you're not being buy units now, for reach out to Relay Buy. And also, if you need any of the other items, even though we almost don't finish for sale handed them, we can still order you if you're really interested. And all the one that we've been support, we tell on a thank you, because also the other thing that we'll sell will be able to raise about $1,600, almost $1,700. So that they kind of help we. Then the money we don't put on the SLMB school project where they renovate. Yeah. And people then donate, and they tell everybody thank you, let them continue for support we. And Baby May, when the one will be done campaign for raise some money for. In your case, don't the medical board don't review the case. They don't say they will try for help with the fundraising. We get for cost about $12,000. We will not know yet how much then we will come up with, and that will be along with the sick picking project. Then don't they now for the help we for really facilitate some of the things. Since the last time we will do the MRI. So with the hope say that they come to pass, because now one of them case then we don't take long for we really hope say we will be done with that. But for me, I think now that's all I get for say. But we'll definitely get for bring Mr. Charles on board next month for let he can tell me a little bit about what thing they do. Some of we already don't know, because they're part of them WhatsApp group. We know exactly what thing they do and things like that. So we really want for like come and educate we a little bit and try for see how many people them will continue for support until we get a healthcare system at the country. That's all I get for say, and I want to say happy Valentine's Day to all the Sarah Network lovers them.
Oh, yes, doctor. Thank you very much.
and then still happy Valentine's Day to the one themselves we not like Sarah Network. We like them
Yes,
too.
we'll tell them back. Yes, happy
Yeah,
Valentine's to
we
them.
wish everybody happy Valentine's Day, and spend time with your loved ones. You picking them, maybe buy them Valentine's Day card, even if you're not gonna go nowhere. Like for me, since I had kids, I think I focus more on the children. Spending Valentine's. Because like that's a blessing. But at the same time, don't forget the one them waiting next to you. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, doctor. Thank you.
Yes, happy Valentine's Day.
Yes, I'll give
Triple
you
A,
Valentine voice.
I need me flowers.
Well, you don't see one point business now. And the flower voice I dey give you so. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I'll take it.
Uh-huh.
I'll take it. All
All
right.
right. Thank you very
Thank-
much, doctor.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Make we come with Tony Ture Jones. I think he gets a lot for tell we because he himself just come out alone now. And they getting summary for the week. And he go give you an overview of his salon trip. Yes, Tony Ture Jones, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, Abraham. Yeah, Cabo, family them and happy Valentine in advance to whoever you deal with, not see Valentine Day yet, or the one with this salon and not see the non see the one with the Europe. I want to begin with this bank staff. You understand? We they look them at one side, but you get for members say this is a bank and then they offer services to the public. You understand? They offer services to the public. And one thing we'll get for bear in mind, some of we don't work in a private institutions, and this not to public, not to government institution. Once you dey render services to the public, you understand, you get for very know what you they talk. There was a case where I know one for bring the name somebody they win I'm a managing director for one company where they provide internet service. You understand? Women they do very well, but because by then in the contest for become a running mate, I mean not a running mate for the as far as flag bearer for the SFPP and the company where me they had by then, the previous administration may get accounts with that company. They one morning, the previous administration just closed all the accounts with this company where this guy me they manage when I'm the managing director. And this now a guy they do very well. The company within short time they actually it grow them figures them. You understand? So when you look at the nutshell, mind you, the government of Sierra Leone has a lot of accounts with UT Bank. And UT Bank Nasafa Kuma gets UT Bank, or I go say he's the major shareholder of the bank. You have other Sierra Leoneans because now the only indigenous bank we owned by Sierra Leoneans. And if you look at the bigger picture, I mean, these officials will get this bank or the board or whatever, their interest is their customer. The customer is key. Now you have to remember, say, probably the first lady gave in accounts with them because most of these government institutions or government or parastatals or whatever they have accounts with UT Bank. Let's say that morning after this back and forth thing, they just decide to close all the accounts with them. You know how much the bank will lose? You know how much it will affect them in terms of, hey man, you say these banks now people money, then they use them, they turn over, they make their own interest. That's how they make money. Give loans to people, then people they at the end of the day pay those interest on those loans and wait till them go manage other people their accounts. You understand? So we got to look at the bigger picture. When you then now a service delivering institutions, where you know saying a service you deliver to the public, you get to know exactly what you talk with in a public. You get forget that you number 6 day. It's not about 5 senses. You get forget that initiative, that reasoning. Then you get for say, the kind of job me and you can talk because we know about and we know they work for government, we know they work for no private institutions. People then they wait this salon and go talk because they know the company they where they work for. Not get nothing for do with banks, or we not get nothing for do with first lady or any government official. So that's their own free will to say their own contributions or whatever they want for see. But when you working at a bank institution, where say if the government tomorrow morning say, okay, one of the senior managers said this, and you just see the number, they say we're closing. So then a phone call from above say we want for close, then we bank account where we get to now. We want to transfer all the funds so we get it to so bank. You know what I mean? For them, the banks. So most times when they work in those institutions, you get for no way to they say in a public. You understand what I mean? So I don't want to labor on that point, but let us look at it at that area. Mind you, the private sector, the business people is to maximize profits and minimize loss. And if there's losses one come, then go lost customer, definitely they have to take that action and then beg you. If our management, some of us that have worked for companies who have been managers, then go even call them. They say, Bobo, you got for go. So they go even call you. Say you press the wrong button. Some manager go call you and say, brah, you for resign. They don't even fire you. Then they actually make you resign. So not mess you resume or mess your career. Then we actually say for resign. We've seen it several times. Then the other area I want to talk about. Now, where you mentioned about this SLPP lecturer, they actually form them. You understand? And they get a whole professor where they lecture now a PAM, where I don't know the VC or whatever, where now the president, they form them. They kickstart. But the motive behind it was because you may get all these academic staff, they may strike, they may this, they may that. They sort of say they want to play the devil advocate here. Say, I let them go ahead, let them go sit down, let them not come for lecture. We the SLPP program, we go lecture or we go wait. Okay. So that was their motive. You understand? But mind you, not to just the University of Sierra Leone no more. When I go Bo, when I reach Moyamba, I see a billboard where we say Jala SLPP lecturers. They have a billboard. Imagine these are the same institutions the way they talk about Jala being the different universities separate from the University of Sierra Leone. You understand? So you see, they even go to a point, put billboard on the highway. All the band just say the one way we come today, people them know they use them. I can usually use this word, say the emotional intelligence. They know they work with their emotional intelligence. Mind you, they know they use their initiative in certain things then because what to make all my one let the president see the institutions or see the organization, like I say, this organization they for the government and all this label will happen because they notice say some minister and they like the deputy minister of energy and power was a lecturer in Ajala. You understand? So everybody they try for labelless and say, you own song go count tomorrow. They say now you play key head, you advocate for the government or whatever, then go give you position tomorrow. So it's a common thing where we don't see that kind of trend. Not so like the kind of politics then what we they see now other parts of the world where they live. The politics now salon and label business. Everybody they turn for label for make the pass here, for make the post this post here, for we this post you know for we. You understand? So for me, you understand that was wrong. And if you say they may really need for make them set up the entire institution. Rather, remember the last thing when we talked before I make the last contribution was they can meet the president. And indeed they've done that. You understand? Some of these things where they drag, they use common sense. Common sense in negotiation. Now if you say that one man keep will say now good talk, then they pull cola. Not to some of this arrogance we can see people then they make like I say, oh, now they one grain, now this, now they one grain, now that. You understand? No, certain things that you get for apply simple logic. You understand? In resolving certain issues, the way they happen in our country. Then you make mention about people that went in this train for transport business. You mentioned Watalo. I mean one victim, especially when that initial period I begin to taxi, I stop, I begin before even a clear motoka. So many challenges there in the West, not to even only, na East, you understand? Both sides them. I want to give the Minister of Education kudos. He's doing a fantastic job. The bosses, I will tell you, they really the work. Then they even go at Salo. But when you take the quantum, when you take the population size of students the way they live now that Waterloo area, mind you not to just Waterloo, people then they as far as Benguma, those Kerry town, people then they come up from camp. that refugee camp place where they like you go Newton. Those areas that don't so develop that you have people that where they create their money. Remember, you see the crowd, you see people them. Me the big say, you understand, and them money or grants where they don't receive, make them add to the buses. Let them add more buses to the picking them. The buses then where they are few. You understand? Not able to meet the supply. You understand? Sorry, the demand rather. Because the people then they plenty, then the buses, you understand, very small, the quantity very small. Make them use these grants, this 400,000 where they don't get, make them they increase on the buses. They're doing a fantastic job. Because when you see the picking SSF now money, they feel happy they inside bus. But not to everybody they able forget. You they see as far as Hamilton, like we based now Hamilton, I mean the based now at Alo and the far east and far east. You they see now money picking at the ground 5:30. Even when I go left me picking in at school, man, 5:30, 6 o'clock, you see picking on non gap. You understand? It's really difficult, you understand? Because almost clocks from the beginning to go sleep. We remember sitting there for study. But with the big government, you understand? On the area, then the last area I want to touch on where doctor talk on. Now, when you say the hospitals and this and that, I got friends there where we all go school, like call it what I'm trying for talk to when our doctors them. Now I say, me now, I say, I'm happy. Dr. Wuri no dig and I said, I mean, if he say we're in a chemist, now man tell me he's a doctor. He said, Tony, we all if he's in a Dr. Wuri get the problem. He said, this is a problem where Zaina Bangura during the past administration start for fights. He said, and most of that trend the name Alpha Wuri self take. He said, what's in the happen? He said, you get limited or specialized doctors then at the hospital then now. He said, let me give you see so much death rate. He said, even if they build sophisticated hospitals, then build hospital outside. Because even right now in the Campbell Hospital, now 4 district headquarters, then when it Campbell Hospital, they even tell me that. He said they don't have specialized doctors. He said all the doctors then when they get, when are people when are specialized doctors, then when are senior doctors, he said they all want for the administrators. He said everybody want for the outside funds, they manage resources, they manage funds. He make mention, if I made mention of a doctor now when a DMO, we say I'm a very good doctor for picking business. So when in me go, when he left me to go born, then said and 11 years back, he said that guy was a very good doctor for picking. You know, he said now the guy is a DMO. You know, I said, what do you expect? And the small boy, then when they graduate, do not get that expertise there. Everybody just he said then get, you understand. So he mentioned when a valid point. If we can have those doctors, when are senior doctors, when a specialized doctor go back to the hospital, give them the funds. What the reason being is everybody feels that when they become administrators, then they're going to make money, buy good cars, drive good cars, build decent houses and everything. So now they leave the hospital, they say money not they better, then come they all want to be administrators. So in a nutshell, what they need for do is make sure say if that man na administrator, that bandwidth where he dey, where they pay him, make equate him with the same man where in the hospital, make them also the benefit or get the same infringed benefit. You understand? If that man they get this for transport allowance, that man self where in the hospital, make they get the same, so benchmark them at the same level. So that man, what they jealousy, him in our office, that in our hospital, that they make more money within our office. You understand? So they need to encourage more doctors for make these, especially the senior doctors, make them go and the wards them. Now, when you check the wards them, specialized doctors are not there. So this is the problem. When we could see the death rates, common sickness, they went off for kill people them. They kill people then get for fly, go out of the country because they not get the needed service where they need. Because the doctors are not there. The buildings are there, they equipped the hospitals, you understand? So it's very, very difficult. Then one area I want to mention, quick, where I mean then I cut Connaught, you understand? I go do something done Connaught. You know, believe say even Connaught, when the government own, wheelchair SSF no day. The wheelchair them. You understand? If you inside Adede, I see patients. I mean, this guy come with him with. He get for total like how you the all a doll now you back. You all and so he go down. He carries out back. Now I say what's happening with the total you have so. Now it's say brother say wheelchair no day. And this before me, I sit down there because that the outpatient there meet him up. They wait for somebody. You understand? I spent over 30 minutes, and this was true. This is the government. I go find me cousin was sick. Now what 10, bruh. If you see the mosquito then at the wall, this is our hospital, it's a government hospital. I go to me in a Trifram last week Friday. Me man, I try for compare, make contrast the two hospitals, me man. Trifram is clean. Well, it's sparkling clean. It clean and everything. The wards them, even when you enter, the ambience, everything is clean. I say, why we government them or where we authorities them, they see some of them things here. Why don't they replicate them? We hospital now apart from the new ones, hold on bill. You understand? We clean and waiting. Connaught when at the main hospital way, you go say Connaught na household name. The man, if you swear it dirty, if you go inside the wards them, if you see the dirty, so not even get mesh, wire mesh. People then they sleep now ground. They will say, you got you farm now we sick with it. You got forget what person where they will sit down, me man. My cousin they show me in bomb and everybody say, say you not see mosquito bed on my body. He said, not too. You understand? So when you look at those things, you understand? We hope say this new guy will come. He go able for benchmark, which he don't use for sin at empathy. Because many a times, these people then when they come on at the diaspora go, don't they able apply some of them things here. Because some of them are tell you for two, don't they even get host alone. And now somehow we they see some PhD holder in the billows. Now they see some ministers then, when we don't with people then when we don't at the diaspora, they fetch for land. Now they all they fetch for bill. So they're focused right now. Now they're for amass wealth. How they forget things that we don't know ever again at the ground. They make everybody the first shortcuts now. When political party come, put money, then get a position and that's how they go fetch for billows. So now me don't take that they make I just give chance for other people to make them contribute. That now me take it, bro.
All right, thank you very much, Tony.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and side call from, please.
Concerned from Australia.
You get 5 minutes, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thanks to all the previous speakers on everybody touch on the main points and where they affect the country. In as much as within the diaspora, we want things the way they see for happen back home. Like the last caller, what he say, most of who back home can come on at the diaspora. When we go back home, then give we job. We're more corrupt than the people who meet today, because some of who they are at the end of the day, we know the old thing size, so they remember for build house back home. We only they think for build houses then back home, where we go to the good government position. So if I now see the people and say if we come on at the diaspora, they're more corrupt than the people away then at the ground. They how for the money. Because some man don't there throughout your life, you not take nothing serious. You need to work hard and make things so careless that you only hope now for go join politics in Sierra Leone, get in position instead of joined by the corruption. So that's the saddest thing, and it's very bad. Now we come to that player. I mean the church first at the sports section. That player, I believe, say he need a lot of tests. They need for do a lot of counseling or look at mental health issue. He might probably get a mental health or psychological issue, whether with environment or any kind of thing. Sometimes can affect somebody. So that guy, for that player, they need for do psychological test with them for see what's wrong with them. Something wrong somewhere. They need for because it's not normal for let somebody then take you for camp for your own feature. Then anytime they count you at the same place, something that affects you, you mode, you waiting and call. Now we look at maybe the climatic condition that affect the way they think in brain functioning, all anything in the day into play. Sometimes not all my able cold. Sometimes when they put inside cold, in brain they get problem, they get trauma. So some of them things they all get put into consideration. Now we come to the SLAFA. SLAFA is one of the most corrupt entity under. The saddest thing because FIFA need to allow government institutions them or third party for actually interfere into sport. So therefore, make they allow waiting SLAFA they do make it play out. At the end of the day, not just corruption. And that they dispel. Nobody no go look at Mohamed Kalon say enough for qualify for contest for any position inside SLAFA. But that they tell say that another a clear way where they tell say SLAFA says na salon very corrupt, then get a cabal under. If you not an outsider, then see and see you transparent, you one can transform things. They would not open the doors for you. If Mohamed Kalon they see and say a corrupt person, a car at that place will be corrupt like them. So maybe this they hope you don't vote for them. Let's on this. So and the main reason, Andy. So me go advise government or parliament not for interfere because then we don't slam sanction on Sierra Leone where government attempt for probe into the activities of SLAFA. So then they will now no go area because that's the mandate of SLAFA. So people get for respect that. Well, no matter how corrupt they are, may them sort themselves out. Now we come to the under 17 way go. That again they tell you how corrupt SLAFA is. You go be say go see people under we get influence, where the players the way they pursue, the age don't over age, then go try for force them into the team for no moment and get chance for fly overseas. That don't play itself out. Now we come to the lecturers them also. Then a very misstep, then a very bad step and precedent where then set for you as a lecturer, where they expect the much for think. For even think and say, for go open an organization where they link to a political party. That alone don't pollute the educational environment of their institutions and where they belong. So waiting at the fear goal say if somebody not to an APC, so SNPP supporter, APC supporter, go write in paper. You see, I say some and students are they support APC. You not go purge me or give me wrong mark. So for that alone, they set a very bad precedent. Even if when they say they don't dissolve the organization or this, that, but you don't leave a mark, a very bad mark, a very bad precedent that the institution of learning. So would I go be confident say they don't dissolve them? Would I go be confident in the whole secret meeting them? So now a very bad precedent. Imagine APC people and bad people who they support APC on a lecturer, then self-form group. That they affect the output of the educational standard. You know, you go find out see them go big hunt students the way they support political party for push them. Don't forget a feature. So that alone a very damning. That now make the they always say talker. Common sense is better than anything on earth. Common sense in any land and our university. Now a natural gift where God they give for get common sense. You can get your PhD, you not get common sense. Now English place to their lecturers, we go from that capacity, they form and a lecturer group we linked to a political party. That's a wrong. And that will continue for hunt the standard of the university for a very long time. If now institutions then will get moral values, their lecturers and if not overseer they sacred. Complain, you link yourself as a lecturer to a political party in a group in an educational sector, they sack you. Because they don't say you position, especially the way they deal with mature students, the way they vote, you can punish them for that if not they get your own political view. No, we forget Morandi. No, we come to the bank issue. The bank issue also, everybody gets a responsibility. The bank, I think, say they take an ash action. They count the action they take against the guy, a very ash. But again, I don't they condemn the bank. Somebody make a point where I look at rethink again. Sometimes if you didn't say bank back, you like a political figure, then you interact with time, you engage on corruption and documents they leak out. Probably they might say maybe you get an insight of then documents or they leak from the bank, or you get by the working at the bank will link because they always most of them sabi themselves na free talk. Then people are working at the bank. So you see that again, they put people they put yourself in a bad spot. But the decision of the bank is actually ash. But the leaking of documents again, where they go to the journalists, them, the banking institution now they get confused. How them information how they come out and go to people them. So you the work inside, they get for be careful also, not only from what that you get for future, even government will come. You see, it will be very challenging if you work in a bank, they engage in the public, especially with documents in the common, like the financial institutions, the way they expose corruption. They if you they work, then go visit almost and turn on all come right for me, some of them documents are for common. So that they play out again. So it gets a lot of way you go argue, but the bank itself take a harsh decision. It actually again, if you look at again, freedom of speech also again, if you just argue on that side, you go say, well, they don't begin most with the freedom of speech. So somebody not go question anything again, even though you didn't have any institution where they work. So this again, they play out on the democratic freedom we forget. So it depends how you argue also. But a lot of things are for talk, but I'll give chance to other people. Thanks.
I thank you very much, concern Sierra Leonean. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who the call from, please.
This is Ibrahim from Maryland.
Yes, Ibrahim, you get 5 minutes, sir.
Yeah, concerning about Islafa, I don't know. I see a letter from one blogger who now to Kone. They say the parliamentary oversight on sports, they don't kick the case out. Say let's Islafa then go ahead and continue the elections. So it's like Mohamed Kalo and the others, they don't lost the case, you know. And the reason why I say this, you know, Sierra Leone, you know, they value people that would sacrifice for that country. They not think about politics. Don't think about people who use their life, they use their physical thing for develop that country day, for make the country they get name. We need for respect them people and they. And don't see no reason why I disqualify Mohamed Kalo for say the man not qualify for one election. Let them for that allow everybody run for the election. Then see what I get for win. But I blame the previous administration where now then go impose this woman Yauna Asa Johansi we be say I don't know what he mass or what he get na slap we be say untouchable. Anytime we then caution as a Johansson about presidency no more. They sit and FIFA and the threaten in the suspend week. You know, it really sad. Not land for respect people they don't sacrifice that country. Then people I get one issue where the money me one of my brother he then another where he get land behind College of Medicine. This man we don't buy this land yet and during the previous administration. Where them people here come, the man want go pass fence na the land. Now they say all the money we don't spend, you don't go do survey, you don't pay for conveyance, everything, and building permits. Now where this administration can they say then now previous administration, then this administration, so therefore the man for go spend back fresh back before they allow him for let you go ahead. Then they then send then forest garden, then go stop the work. They say anybody who mistake church block tender, then go damage her. The man say, okay, when again, if I talk to them, they say, no way. Pass the man go back in the office, na the Ministry of Lands, for like go spend another money back for surveyor, and the surveyor, they for call the surveyor back. They say the man for spend any one time lot for surveyor, now 2,500,000. Then he get for pay 5 million for building permits. So I don't know who side will country they go. Somebody don't spend for a land. You don't spend boku money. Now you want to go do something at the land and then say no, pass it for spend all that money back. How then go expect you say within a then country that will suffer now one go for what the other the country and they give you chance. It really sad. This is discourage but people where they want to go for good develop and they give you chance because it not belong. This is really the one away. The first lady your issue, the president don't talk and say, you know me say we're in silence. The supporters there for silence. So the first lady is part of the president. So then get for use the social media for silence people, then they attack people. I remember the 98.1 where I can listen now the comment section. If they see where man and they attack, then they go out of topic within the program. Then they attack people and no more who know they support them. So let go sorry for you and God bless Mama Salon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah. Yes, caller, your name and where you call from, please.
Oh, this now Francis. I call from Ohio. How are you, pal?
Good. You get 5 minutes, sir.
Yeah. Triple A, you're a clever man. Sabi analyze, man. I wish you for be your information minister. He did tell you the correct stuff, man. That God give long life, brother. You know, I also listen some other social media like Kutubu them. Sometimes I can listen and then which is a one I can make. Sometimes Kutubu can talk through. Kutubu can only say any bad thing what the occur, all the bad law what the occur in that country in ISLB they start up. So I can always imagine, I say, why Kutubu already talk through? He said that they start up. He said sometimes the one when they put the thing at the water side, you don't know the problem. You already go pull a line and they see. Yeah. It's all the time. Now they begin to measure. He say they be done the form today. They be call and Ushu. Usha starts come from the southeast. He say they form one other what is it? He said Usha starts from the southeast. He said the libel blow. Who that bring up? He said that the SLPP. He say then who's I go start? He said that from the southeast. He said now continue get the history of any two man starts and let's say they start. Now they talk about the lecturers them. He said look at the lecturer they call them educated. Now then they go from say the SLP lecturers. He said now they only start as well. He said when APC can't do they can't credit on them. They say that APC get the problem. You know, simply I will only talk today now, yeah. That country day. We need somebody who get that country day at heart. Follow that country day. We don't need somebody for get PhD. We don't need somebody for get money. We need somebody who gets that who get like that country day. I already tell you. I say that time when they go now Rwanda, Abbas Bulu, Cherikoko, when they say they go to a feasibility study for govern, they go to Magufuli na Tanzania, they get some ideas. One person will be in the administration and they won't be good. They tell me that. He said the man and tell them say for fight corruption, no one can fight corruption in the past. He said it will not work in African setting. It will not work. He said for fight corruption. If for start and for me on side, he changed the laws, he put things in place, then we'll go ahead. He said that's in the fight corruption. He said, but as long as they fight corruption from the back, he said no, they work. People then go politicize them. People then go tell you so this is tribalism. People then go tell you so this is regionalism. He said until we get to that leader day, when they come, he say, hey, my brother, today, that's how they put laws. Law amend this constitution. Law will do this. He said until we get to that leader day, before we continue go before. But as long as any other political party, any other leader will come, it is time for make reference from the back. It is time for make anything sack, anything this. He say Africa. That's how we go end up. It's as well going up. What's make them continue to go before? They say, especially Magufuli. President Magufuli is the minister. You know, what they appoint them? The first thing we do first, the opposition, I give the Minister of Finance. I give. There are many constitution. Now look at it today. Then go ahead. But Sierra Leone, if we will get that leader day, when they come, they amend the constitution, they forget about everything, they make the constitution all the people they like. My brother, we don't go ever go before. People they could always politicize everything. Everything. Because you know that party when they come, you want revenge. That party when they come, you want revenge. How long people are they say for talk more for amend this constitution? This offer from above. We don't know the offer from above. We don't know the president. We don't go to for reduce the president in power. We don't go to for make some independent. For people they go they say that independent. No, we're not going to independence today. Institution as alone. We don't get up. We don't get up. Everything are from the president. Everything are from the president. If we're able to get a leader, we're going to amend the constitution. At least law will get like I will know to 100% like the West Naya, but at least law will get 60 to 70% because of poverty. They will not cause the poverty because of a lack of good governance, lack of patriotism. Now they cause today. A population of 7 million. Look how lecturers are educated people. Now they go say SLPP lecturers. Why? What's the motive? Like what's the Masala Saba be talk? And like we dissolve ourselves now. People don't get confused again. Then they tell you back that one they still continue. And they still continue when they're not fool the people. They are only tell you say SLP, this current party, they always they accept say you can't see the people 80-60% are illiterate. Then they lie by everything. People they accept. Everything. That's what they say. They fail for realize say they tell what the past government be there. Social media not be so 100%. They be looting they will not be able to know. But then when they can, the social media is almost 100%. Anything what they do, they see. Everything they didn't see. So then what they do now? They're not able to see those sample, they recalculate time for cover the people. Anybody look at the social media, they're ready for attack that. That make people don't see them. Thank you, bro.
All right, thank you very much, Francis. Yeah. Yes, caller, they live on here. Your name and the call from, please.
Hey, Triple A, thank you very much.
The background small, Umar. The background.
I know. I move the command the area outside the background.
You get 5 minutes.
Thank you very
sir.
much, my brother, for pick up my phone call. You know, today, waiting me see. First, I want to start with that bank employee. I want respectfully disagree with our able, beautiful lady, Madam Doctor Asatukake, because the thing with me to see with this na corporate compliance. Me to see now. AAA, you know, say if you go demonstrate in the street, whether in a political demonstration or civil uprising or whatever, now you face show or they see you, they do bad thing in the TV station and they show you face. You they work for any corporate company. You named in a TV, you know say they can fire you for that. They can do it. They get right for doing. Employer, they look out for their own entity. So, meaning they look this, whether we see and say, now, politically motivated, but like a company. me company don't do them. They don't do them to somebody where they seen a street. They do things not right way in name being then at the news. Then fire them. So then they tell you say we go take disciplinary action. That can result in termination or warning. So me know they say what in the young man do, they're not supposed to fire them, but that left with the company discretion. They can go any route. They can give them time, win a punishment, suspend them, or they can let them go. Because if the company they talk to, they don't want them. You not gonna believe say me almost get fired at the job because na Jewish hospital me the work. One we patient when a Jewish patient is say in here me another employee with the talk na do outside in room say in here where the other employee they tell me say Donald Trump they na Israel in pocket. Me employer there, I mean letter upon letter, manager upon letter, people the stages what go through for tell us no, will not be the talk about politics. Me even I said, don't you know that this is a Jewish hospital? I said, even if I was talking about politics, it has nothing to do. They said, no. Cedar Sinai, if you go to court, the judge will tell you that Cedars have a right to draw these rules. These are their policies. So now that's not what me to say. Now, we they talk now about that journalist. To me, I fine man. I absolutely applaud what the guy they do and what he don't do. The man talk say, Marabio in West, then take $1 million. Now then go spend na Libya. I was in Libya, na Lebanon. Now then go spend na Lebanon. Which waste way past that one day. So me with Fatima Bio, me need the hat me with Fatima Bio because whatever way Fatima Bio they do, don't tell with the house where he gets. He not get nobody who they put him in check, and nobody not get for put him in check. The man will put the woman in check. In terms of the first lady's office, me don't know how the constitution, then a salon, how they draft the constitution. They say whether it's supposed to get money or you're not supposed to get money. Me no more. Me no say no more. The woman they out of hand, they out of control, and nobody know they will check them because if not to rumor, they understand ourselves say the man will man fire. Now he don't hire him. Former Minister of Lands. Rumors they say he don't hire the man in the office. So what did that tell you about Fatima Bio and the respect we get for a man? You know, so Lord we left that. I listened to Dr. Njai this morning. Myself did listen to Ram. It make a lot of sense. But the sad part for Africa, not to SLPP no more. Why they not create an office like where they get CDC now? We get man where America says where we hail so it they work for them. The man they work now, I don't know if the University of Wisconsin or Wisconsin lab now they work.
Yeah.
Why they not go create a lab and put boku money there and say you head that part there? When something like that why I can win Ebola, Corona, now no more we for the listen to. Wouldn't a Jimiru? What did Jimiru know for tell we about Corona? Even that guy there, that boy don't get that big belly. He don't know nothing about Corona. The man when a scientist, what for they talk to me, not to bring the draw between Donald Trump and Dr. Fauci. Where this part take over, I say now you the lead because now you own side this, now you profession this, now you expertise this. Now that's what they do. You never go take Karanke, you go put them for change motor tire. They take the one where they change motor tire, you go take them for patch shoes. Now that's what they do in Africa. People that will qualify, they say you not to one of we will not care. All because this guy don't they talk. He don't they talk now all radio station. He don't they talk now all TV station. But they still need to even give the guy a notch for even listen to what they say. Every way they say it makes sense. So that just tell you which side with politics day. And let's try for wrap up now. I they talk the other one about the lecturers. You know, AAA, the lecturers I hope and I hope, and I know they try to be tribalistic now, but I hope say then lecturers here, the behavior, what thing they do, they always do this, they're all not just SLPP supporter them, not to just mandate them. Because if not just mandate them, now they do this, well, this is a poison. Because if not just whether not Timini they do, Limba they do, Kranko they do, but then SLPP na them party they go for, they can look and say, okay, they want a party picking them. But if not just na many guys and they no more bundle themselves, now they say that this the one do, well, Rwanda not far from me. The SLFA, to me, this thing is a joke. To me, it look like say we be the feel say maybe na APC not be let Kalon. Now where this party can then go give this guy a little break in space, but it look like say that not the case. So to me, quite honestly, I don't reach to the point where this guy just need for left them people here. He just need for hands on because this don't clearly show and say whether na APC or PDP or UP or wherever, they not appreciate them. Sierra Leone, they ever appreciate sport athletes in Africa. You know that I know that from Kamadu Mbia. Before Kamadu Mbia, they died 4 or 5 years ago. Kamadu Mbia say, in biggest regret in life, now for we play for Sierra Leone. He took him before he died. Kamadu Mbia say, in biggest regret, when he ever get, not to anything else will happen in personal life, now the play football for Sierra Leone. Now one of the because of what Sierra Leone do. So I don't know. With First Lady, I don't already talk to you about that. But other than that, the another thing we I see happen recently in Freetown. Can you believe say they sentence somebody for 30 years because he thief things away worth 12 million euros in Sierra Leone? And the things away he thief them from, they say now the present defense minister. Now I'm being getting
the head of NACOVAC. The head of NACOVAC. Yeah.
Can you believe that? In what day and if Naya said not misdemeanor than that, not he says na the other charges. That is a misdemeanor. I mean, $12 million. 12 million was it 12 million euros now 1,200. They don't even reach. Now I need to go put this young man for 30 years just because this man then at the government. That judge did to look a young man like this. Where in fact now remind them for put down and put down for 30 years. That tell you, Marabio, everybody don't talk down. This guy not to be a savior. Me self but she don't argue. So maybe you self say me na SLPP. Because they argue for this guy. But this guy to me na a disgrace. This guy not done anything for we country. And we side this guy they carry go. If we not take them, we country. I hope it not happen. But this guy he drag people them to side people them. Let this guy not drag people them back.
Yeah, let left so. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, sir. Yeah. Yes, caller, I did live on here. Your name and side the call from, please.
It's not Ezekiel on the call from Oregon.
Yes, Ezekiel, 5 minutes, sir.
Thank you so much. We start the program with a good analysis of the week, and a lot of people then don't contribute really salient points in. I just want to talk a little bit about Francis been talk about how fighting corruption not to just for run after the previous government. I've been done tell this I've been done to talk about this over and over. If anybody want to fight corruption, we know say they want to fight corruption. Most law then being way they don't put in place, way it affects them with the name authority. None. Way you want to make changes, Sierra Leone, if you want to make changes, you get for review everything. Full hand for the court business, full hand na parliament. Let all that separated body, let them begin work back with authority. Then we'll go see, say, yeah, you are making progress. But all the side and you handed it for control everything. And then they tell me saying that you make change. There's no changes. So I'm not going to waste my time on that. Today, actually, I just want to talk about the few time where I get about personal responsibility for let you build one, your image, integrity and trust. But integrity and trust all basically fall under your image. You know, one over the week somebody been they talk about we image very very important to the country, you know, and people in government now then they represent that, and the person be really angry about how first lady they do things, how then they laugh with country. But me, I want bring them home. I want bring them home because, you know, we all don't like really talk and cry and complain, you know, about corruption, about how things are bad. But me, I want bring them to personal responsibility because this, it affect we slowly and then always they morph into the leadership. The thing where they begin at the house. Slowly, now they morph into waiting with the CISO with leadership. You know, waiting the begin at the house of First Lady, now it don't morph into the leadership. Waiting to begin the houses of all the ministers and the presidents, now their home and their school, all the way to now it build up. It build up. Because we all who in the diaspora, or some of the people away than they in the country, and also we all get history about how things they go, about how things they happen when you send money, when you put people in charge for certain things. We all know how things they happen. Why? Because people are not worried about their image. Yeah, we worry about we image through credit hold responsibility. Because when you mess them up, you feature for let you get acquire things the way you want, it become very difficult. If you take a loan from the bank and you not pay, then they worry about you too much. Then try for take them from you, then you not get they start come against you. Next time when you want buy house, they run you background and quick your social security, and it pop up that you not a trustworthy person. So then they talk about credit score. Now basically trustworthiness. Somebody give you something with no hesitation. Say what you don't say you go pay them. It trusts you for let you pay them. When you not pay them, they start come against you. So when you go now other place now, it show up. Say, hey, this man not a man for trust, so they will give him money, he not pay we. But now we country, he not did it. And so these are things and they go rampant. So I came up with this talk here because it's so easy for law. We always claim, say, if I dey in this position, I go do this thing. So for cut time short, I'll be send money for let somebody let them brush a place where I don't buy, where would they try for build some brick making machine. So, you know, then give the money to 3 young men then. On their way to the place, one of the young men they talk say, this will country backward, things and go bad. And then the other guy just jump up and say, me, then make me president. Yeah, they change the inside 1 year. The man way I send for getting the money, he just they listen. So he go pay them because they say they're not going to do the job until they are completely paid. So then give them the money, the man go back to McKinney. So a week later, the man go and he go check the place. The place is not brushed. Meanwhile, amongst the 3, there was one way say be president. He would take care of business inside 1 year. Well, when the man explained to me, I just smile. I say, oh, wow. I say, see the personal responsibility, all the afraid for understand. All the time we point the finger at the leaders. And now we community, traders, anywhere. As in a village, anybody way well-to-do, now the village, all the other people, and they always point hand. You know, so I begin for put things them together. If the small one way them puts now your hand, you not take responsibility of it. And here you are yelling, say where you get authority for be president, you will take care of business. How? You know, so I begin for put things them together. You know, and the same thing happened with the microcredit way. They will do very well now. One of my friend, he was now been the tight things and then the guy win a DV come. When it come 2019, tell me, he said that thing they go for BME. He said because the time first will be the first people for let them stop for thief. He said he go for BME, AAA. 3 years later, it destroy. And these people, some of them now, they not get better job. Something waited for hold on with 2 hands for they exist for 50 years and take care of them all to the retirement. They want for take them in 1 day. And today now they struggle.
These personal responsibility, nine, they cause problem for we every day. But the system upheld with our own invisible hand. But these people are not, nobody know the CEO invisible hand, not just the people in leadership. We get for come to we own analyze actualization and analyze things for we self and begin for put things them together. You know, if you not take care of things in your house, how you go feel say you go take care of things in your village? If you not take care of things in the village, how you go feel say you go take care of the section? If you not take care of the section, how you feel say you go take care of a chiefdom? All these things they pile up. Now we same invisible hand, then they cause this problem. Yet we always point out the people away and they ahead now the community and the village and the places where people and they in authority. But meanwhile, when they give you the small one, now you own place, you show no integrity. Integrity, now the image, you self-image. Now in the umbrella on top of the entire. Because integrity basically now your moral principle and your ethical belief and your honesty. You know? Now the trust. So do ya, Lord, we begin hold we self accountable for these little things that what they do. Because that don't then three people and they, if they've been doing right, next time we other thing come, now the same people are for call them, for let them go see them. Now I don't get no trust in them. I will look for somebody else. So be careful the little one where you get before you begin to talk, say, if I become president. Take care of the small one first way they don't give you. Show you responsibility today. Thank you so much, Tripway.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Make we come with the chairman himself, Daniel Oldfield. Make he just give you a quick update on sport. Yes, Daniel Oldfield, welcome on board, sir. You get a platform.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Triple. First of all, I think say I go wish all we listeners them now, Sarah Network Radio, Sarah Network family, a very a sort of a blessed, loving Valentine's Day. We go happen very soon because to winner we're still there about 8:30 in the evening on Saturday, and I wish them all a very pleasant Valentine's Day. Couple hours to come, both men and women, children all. Well, right now, Triple in a -35 to winner and Edmonton. This time I've been talking about -32, just flip up. But the bottom line is, I'm not going to go too much because you've said it all. First of all, this Mohamed Kalon issue, this SLF, this FIFA and SLFA thing. I mean, one point I could bring up. FIFA, you bring up some very excellent point where you say, FIFA, the bully. I mean, come on, FIFA itself is a corrupt organization, big time. Be it FIFA, I can say it authoritatively, be it FIFA, be it IAF, the other organization, and they're all guilty of corruption, big time. So for that, they can't be bullied, they talk, say, and then we'll find out. Of course, we don't do it the last time for this same Aisha Johnson issue. But I mean, where were they when the Scotland Yard in England, the FBI in America raided the offices? They raided the offices in Zurich, and also on the big man, there's Blatter, Michel Platini, the Beckenbauer, they all get suspended now, Somande jail. You get people in the Secretary General in Somande jail right now. So outside them in that and they would not been banned America, they not been banned England, and then country the way. I mean, they ransack all the offices there. Somande in a hotel, Somande virtually pulled, they're almost naked. Where were they? Where were FIFA? For go say, oh, America, government interfere. Because people swindle. So that was saying I'm not to swindle. They are for no say, the government of Sierra Leone, be it the last government and now, then they put money inside SLFA. Let us say the government are in duty for sporting organizations. Because we get now, the only problem we happen as alone, the money they go mostly to football. Way unfair to the other disciplines. But then this BNTM, we see how much money them pump because the government they look say football playing na political score. The past government and this one. So they pump more money. So why you go say government pump on me? They not forget say. Yes, undue interference is acceptable. But when they say government, the government they pump money. Why they no get say? So I just want to address that issue. They say the FIFA and CAF, they're all corrupt. So what I want to tell you, some of you we don't import sports over decades now. So we know how FIFA corrupt and CAF. Let me just say no more now. It happens to Mohamed Kalondin at this picture right now, where and the other woman where they compete, and then at the good side of CAF and FIFA, so that they try for shield and whatnot. But I mean, this thing happen, they say something go wrong. They say Mohamed Kalon no register quick and whatnot. But stupid stuff that happen all the time. The same thing again the last time, where Kalon go for good, they say no be inside the possibly don't capture Leone Stars for almost here. They say no be in the country for 5 years. Come on, what's kind of bull crap around it? Okay, let us say no register quick. We all don't say, but then the way this thing they go is may appear as if which we don't diagnose is just my own thought. Then they try for bring people who then go shield and disqualify for Aisha Johansson go what they call let go back unscathed. Simply because I read the argument yesterday. This about not agree for kind of program AAA. We call it Ibrahim Kamara, but it was yesterday at with my junior colleague what's the name Magda program. He was there talking, laughing. But we invite and I say our network radio need to come. I warned you that he won't come. But then I hear yesterday they talk how, I mean, this boy, Mohamed Kalon, has done so much for Salon. If you not go this term, let people know castigate and that much like say not to Saloma. No, it's not right. But the only good thing I can say AAA is that this time around for the first time, I didn't about the football forum, then the veterans and the heroes who themselves have their own problem. One and go get one umbrella organization. Now we don't play football, don't wound them, they don't scrap for football. When I come together, united we stand, divided we fall. But now, for the simple fact this thing happened for the first time over a couple of years, I don't know their two forum there. I see them come together as one for support for Mohamed Kalon. Because of which I hear yesterday, Commander Ibrahim Imot, it may appear as if it's a done deal. Mohamed Kalon will take part from the thing. Me problem the whole been talked the last day. I'm not worried about Mohamed Kalon not being part of this. But that's the hope say, me advise to Mohamed Kalon, whether they bring a cancer now, a cancer later or let prepare now for next step. So by now, the one who don't play before, and they will be Mexico, they will Jebosha incident, then Joseph Tobin. If they don't let men fences to them, because now what me see, I see people who are not less the island, we come out America, that them print t-shirt there. So now there is some form of unity because they were sort of scattered over the place. But now which I don't see they don't come together. Let we hope say they come together and they unite. So even if Mohamed Kalon make an this term, 4 years down the road, 4 years they can't just know. Now election they can't send a saloon. When I'm not being woke, it go pay. The day of reckoning is coming, right? So therefore, if Mohamed Kalon make an now, let not cry too much. Let believe say 4 years down the road, let begin prepare right now. That's in the we self they begin throwing card now. So this guy has done so much for Salon. Where the entire economy, I mean, they go spend money now from our government and whatnot, and all the government don't pass and stuff. So that being said, me the rest this issue AAA. Whether they bring and can or the lobby and come on, me are done with this issue. Me no say now because of what they don't talk, until they don't say they go settle. FIFA no can't take that advantage because Leone Stars get 2 games, crucial matches against Lesotho. And then the second match against Lesotho in March, I think it's the 22. And then a couple of days later, Lesotho inside Lesotho. Then we can play this other team Benin inside Salon. So we hope say if Leone Stars will do over under, they able to do inside Salon, we can even just qualify for go. That being said, let's come back now to this disqualification. Come on, for God's sake. SLF no get no side for us there and this thing. Aisha Johansson in Gengle. I'll not go see them, the match official, the technical committee, the coaches. I'll not go see them players then go test over age. I mean for talk the plain truth, they were over age. And I've been there at Mohamed Kalon and the program. When they bring that thing up, so we hope say that thing no go mitigate against we. That was like 1 or 2 months ago, I've been in the program. They bring up that thing in the Mohamed Kalon program, say it may appear as if them pick up certain player there, we look over it because then the people in do all country, some man they home them back, some man they twist, some man they go do all country for let them lost weight, let them to them back. Now then the technology now they would have called they go squabby most of them they no stable. You know, so they're not getting no excuse AAA for let them say they're not be known at the coach. They're not going for point fingers for nobody. The SLFA has to be held responsible. They messed up because before they go, then they bring it in the tuna, right? If Blackpool win a AAA team or Liverpool win they mess up so now, if now when they go and do anything, the executive, so let SLFA handle that in there. And if what's in the happen so now, then go they watch as you rightfully put her. But people will get who they play from primary school, from secondary school. Somebody who they know they go school self, then when they old ball, they cook stay there. What are we talking about? Get them about and they tap them young, but everything has been politicized. That's the bad thing. Before we used to have all the things that me they talk because we Mr. in the organized league where they go school, man. I did. So let we work on anything and they and make sure say we got to we record straight. If we not go bring overage player, you go put about on 20 something, get be although you go put for go play against 17. No, it didn't work. So that is the problem. They were disqualified because they were overage, simple and clear. Then people not go begin means what say so. No, it didn't work people. I don't know if you are there side of the place.
I'm just like us I've been say earlier where I be the get updates today for say
yes, sir.
It's shame on them. Shame on them because they know they not go play any innocent say they man them and Africans, I don't know what's wrong with us. But like you said, we I be also mentioned, like when you go now the provinces, every football field, even them,
Yeah.
they meet people and they play there. They meet from the young one them to the thing. We get a lot of people them where they play. Yes, if it don't cause me now for make we able get league for under 17 them, league for under 15, we prep them well one way now they will they pull we under 17 national team. It will be good because this way then they do so we all know say it not correct. You know, they can't tell me say them self no say, and they even give bad name to the country because then people and they then give them passport with the passport and 17 years of age 90 day, which is wrong. We go make them they even question the documents then where they can go they left Sierra Leone. They don't even know the kind bad name with this they come after effect way they can't get to it. They don't know. Then go do what thing and get for do.
Yeah.
Then them for say, oh yes, then go then prepare passport for them this and that. Then when you get your passport and you go to Ansosan, they begin question you. They begin question what thing do because what thing do. If you be don't put you out there then give passport to somebody who they don't say no to age.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
That is wrong. Continue, sir.
That's right, because the question you point out to, so them are devoid of football. So Sierra Leone can get something and say, these are the ones he or she came from this country whereby they were cheating. So that's they can get it can get ripple effects, you know what I mean? It can become counterproductive. They say that we don't sometimes you not get no business passports, no football. But because you name don't mention, because then say when they see what they call it, they go worldwide, they go viral. They say that I mean, of course, country then they cheat. That was a situation way back, who they told. Then we go in Nigeria, one player holding Taiwo, I've been defender. He go play in France. He was a twin. You know, so we know say we twins and a Taiwo and kind of. Taiwo go a old 23, he say a old 18 or 19 or 20. In twin partner at 25. How will will you reconcile that? Trust me. You see how the team funny. The man will go play women they play international football in old 20, but in twin partner at 25. So you see, this has been happening. So we hope and pray. We they say now, Tripoli they say that, and they say our network, SLBS, AYV, all they say let we stop. If we don't happen, let's stop. We don't need to go back to the archive. It happened, then Ketchui, let's just make sure say it doesn't happen again. It shouldn't happen. It's not right. Well, let's come back to something but salute. Right now, Tripoli, the basketball team, thanks to my colleague again, Magdalene Oscar over the Australia, he sent on my page the National Basketball Association, the National Basketball team. Then they Guinea right now. Then go play an international match between Guinea and Sierra Leone at the 28 September Stadium, whatever it is. Like Guinea, I've been done with a couple years. But my concern is AAA. It has become a norm. It has become a routine. Why when they go play basketball only with couple hours? You mean don't go Guinea, me don't go Guinea several times. When they go carry a delegation of 17 players and 15 officials. And the 15 officials and the 17 players, they are saying, the Basketball Association, they say, then get 6 more players when they come out of the country for camp play just one day, when not tomorrow, Sunday. Come on. So, that's 15 officials there. This go director go, for we go do waiting. That money then they give. That money they una can give to the players. All you go know, that official will get $1,000 or $500. They all go get them, but they will go give them $150 each. What is that? What is this? Why they get this routine? That makes sure I put on my page. Why is it now they go just neighbor in Guinea? When I forget almost one delegation for go enjoy, jolly good ride. Okay. So then what is that the people and they go and they forget something. Woman go they don't go sit down at the hotel and then push you tell them they're not going to even care outside the player. It has happened. It has been happening all over the years. It should not happen. Why 15 officials for 17 players? Then there is an expectation that some more professional players will be coming from somewhere. So then all you go need them go quiz the inside room. The same thing happen when they go when Leone Stars go Tunisia, when they go Ethiopia. Delegation go, we don't go mess around. All man carry you person to person, Valentine. Then the players and then they struggle. All man don't go. You see, these are the things it should not happen. But at the end of the day, I only wish the players them, not official. I wish the players them good luck, because whatever you may say, they are going to flag the flag of Sierra Leone. The green, white, and blue who so love Bama Salone. Let we hope to the players, in spite of anything, let them players there, let them put their heart together in a salon and go play for. If they go through any odds, let the players them bear, let them play for Marcelon. But we, now this program, Sarah Network Radio, Triple down alone, always Dr. Jallo, Satuka Jallo. We all, whose boy, whose friend, we all go put more on this thing. Now make sure say things could change in one way. So we hope and pray say we then go play so then go, because even the Cricket Association, now the Cricket Association, the Fed and they manage, they got about 5 competitions this year. We know they nothing. Nobody need the help. But they say football, all man don't cut rope for go. But now the people in the suffer, the CEO for the Cricket Association, they suffer and they do trials and what. No, nobody need the goodie. As they say for travel, and they say doctor this, professor that, on no one travel. What sort of bullcrap? What sort of thing is this? Why will not go put? When they make they say like Saudi, when they make they say people and hate them? No, let the country go first. The one that they suffer, let them for enjoy. But when make Nayatine go see professor and doctor, then go for go enjoy, go to a posh hotel, then the players order they go by road, they go by road. That is it has to stop. Let round up on profession on the international a little bit. Of course, people will be don't begin laugh today about Liverpool. Liverpool we are down. The team don't overplay with team tired.
How
So
down?
we lost back
How
to
down? You say we are down. How?
we are down because the team is tired. The team is tired. We are fatigued. Having won just like what they happen to now. Waiting the Bayern Munich they do so now. So Liverpool do last year. The year before. Liverpool won Champions League. We won the EPL. We won the Super Cup. We won everything. So the players got worn out. They were tired. They were fatigued. So that's what's happening in Liverpool. That being said, I will still ask that Liverpool is down. I don't want anybody to disturb me about Liverpool. I'm traveling after now. I'm traveling. I won't be in for Sierra Network Radio after this. I'm traveling. I'm at the airport traveling. But because of my love for my likeness for my boss, AAA, and members of, I'll wait until the program is over. Please don't. You, Ayotelo and others, AAA and others, Auna Shidin, leave me alone. Also, we want to congratulate Bayern Munich for a job well done. They've won the UEFA Champions League. They've won the Super Cup. Now just the other day, they became the new club, FIFA club champion. They beat Tigres of Mexico 1-0. But something which happened after the game, Qatar will host the game for host World Cup. The Qatari Emirate of and the king of Qatar, the boss, and agree accommodate the FIFA. Now Aisha Johansson, they all been go. and agree for they know they appreciate women and passports. So I don't know how the FIFA officials they allow say country we no get when they accommodate women with sports now everybody's game. The boss man and the head of state order Qatar they don't want women for their sports. So I don't know how because of the same money business for FIFA. When I done in the other FIFA, they go give Qatar the games only because of money. Then now they need to accommodate and we get FIFA referee the owner woman there. We get FIFA woman referee there. So if them for referee now we say no, na woman they did not for take part. So these are all the things we're talking about. Also, we want to congratulate of course now upon this World FIFA World Cup. Now Al Ali of Egypt that they can third, then beat Palmeiras of Brazil. And so that's why I go round up, we hope and pray say the team will win because I see now Manchester City, because I know see now then Manchester United man and people they don't balance. Manchester City then they're on top, Pep Guardiola and people and congratulations to now. I see them they win and then they go places. But me trust na Salon, Liverpool no na Salon a day and a day mighty Blackpool.
Before you dey go,
Yes,
Joe Bangali Jr. They say the
Yeah.
basketball team and the players themselves they push themselves. He say government no they put money under. He say basketball not unlike football. Where government they
Yeah.
put money, but he say the players then and themselves they promote that sport day.
Okay.
And
I don't go. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
no, you can answer that and then I go just sympathize
Yes,
with
sir.
the other.
Mr. Joe Bandali, I know go detest that because I get Baba when I all when I'm picking them party I all been the bright seat Trevor him they play basketball but now they all day. I know go detest even me nephew they put money in what but what I say when I say for travel because no what I no go I want a little I want because Joseph Nyande when I been one pan the basketball player, they made the report Sports Salon over 20 years ago. Joseph Nande, now the Secretary General for NOC, now Secretary General for NOC, and I lead the delegation. And if Joseph Nyande, then NOC, National Olympic Committee, then get money, funds them from IOC and IAF. If Joseph Nyande will lead the delegation, Sidon, then the players and the sofa, then because he was a national player before. Ikintima before me first I tell her right there. The time when they college, they can play in Jala or outside of Fabi College, they can play basketball na salon na stadium. At the common SLBS and municipal, they go interview there. I do then I work in there with the travel all. So just for Nyandewina, the Secretary General for NOC, the National Olympic Committee, these guys they have lots of money. So they know can't tell me say they don't get money if they ball and they go safe. Yeah, I know what deny what's in the young man say, Mr. Who do you call this now? But the bottom line is, it's not supposed for this so. It's 17 players, then 15 officials. We then they go leave Porsche and whatnot. We hope from that in the then trajectory for change and for change for the better. I thank you all.
So Kumbata Wali,
Wanting to
Michael Coca. I they sympathize with Una. Eh?
No, left we no more. People left we. That the same by that.
We never work alone. I'm not.
No, we never walk alone. We will come back. We will bounce back. You know that disturbance where we play again. You know, Virgil van Dijk. We get problem with him foot. You know, we get played and then we defense start and the box up mix up. All because now then, you know what I mean. But trust me, we will come back.
Okay.
We not mean excuses. But if I not say again, we
travel.
You know, say we coach. You know, say we coach in Mama Die. So all that shock on the coach when Mama Die, Jogan Club, when Mama Die, you know that ripple effect company, Mamin Die.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much, the chairman himself.
Thank you for Saloon. Let us get the right people and for them the right people. Be them politicians, sports authorities, them, whatever authorities them do. Not for football no more. Let we spread with tentacles and other disciplines. Because trust me, we'll get golf, we'll get basketball, we'll get tennis, we'll get swimming, we'll get boku sport discipline. But we didn't say football no more. All man the calculate in the beginning. So you know, thank you very much, people, for giving me the platform once again. I wish everybody, Nasa Network Radio, family and production, and even Sa Network, the other one with Dr. Kakede, that Kakejalode, we wish President Valentine. We'll talk more next week. So God be the glory. Love all. Bye bye.
Thank you very much, Daniel Ofem.
I know they were travel.
I know you travel, you know the. Liverpool, why I get excuse. David Banks says, Triple now the fatigue and injuries now they cause the cup right now. Liverpool, Unabia, Liverpool, never walk alone. I say Liverpool and they work with ghost. Even though Joe Bangal is in our goals, but me see like ghost. I can't left now. I just want to say one or two things concerning the integrity we Ezekiel talk about. Sierra Leoneans, them, I think we are far away from that particular word, the integrity. And something happened then this year. I began for ship some heavy stuffs them, and I get a skill now. I just scale the things them, go on the computer, put almost the things them way, and tell me almost for pay, then come pick them up. Then something come to mind like, if na salon you dey do that kind of business day, you think say people because they can pick them up, I not see the drivers though they can pick up get skill with themselves say that the car way and before you let them see what you get them are the same. No. They see the car with the trolley, they ride them, they load the boxes then put on the van, then drive off. That in the because of the COVID now, I did a lot of that kind of shipping, and I look at that and say, wow, you able to ride distance alone? Can you? So you get people for fill up information and tell you exactly what's in the team way, and then pack them, you pick them, you waiting, without falsifying the numbers. Without them not change, say, even if not 30 way, then change it to 10. Now I'll be talk about the information where the agricultural sector get for your man them. I get some people them in a village where I think say they need for be empowered. Because myself down the road, they look at something on a massive kind of scale. You get this person way na Messina, me day on construction work. You say I'm working all day now. The work, the this, the that. I say okay. What me I go advise you for do right now? Go na youth ministry. Go take the form, so that at least. Now, not training, government is training now for right tractors. If na the village day, then work come work for do tractors. Una don't get the know-how already. More or less, una already know say I they look in that road day. No, it's in the buzzing say. What I mean, I like what they do. I was like, I don't say make you left what you do. But adding value upon what you don't sabi. You say na missing a sabi, fine. Go learn how for ride tractor, how for use them na farm. That idea that you don't get you not get for loss. If today work no day for do masoning, tomorrow then they look for somebody for ride tractors now farm with the nearby or wherever. You don't get the idea. Government don't give you paper, see? You not qualify person who sabi do this. I say, but me, I need it for you. It's up to you. I left and like that. Pass, I think you go think twice and rethink about it. Then you come back and say, oh, and I go that this way, I go take the form. Is thinking. Just want for sit down, they ask for help from people from the diaspora, where we can know about some things them way go better you don't want to take advantage of them. Eh? I get some guys them way I dey work with where they are short. In fact, integrity not near them. I been here for let go of them all. This week we just done. Entire crew. And they not get nothing for do to say on network media. Just so you know, let you not feel that with it. Before the job starts, they promise heaven on earth. But when time reach for deliver, pin they not able for deliver. When I say pin, nothing they not able deliver. And they get busted for say waiting and they come with them for Konani. No, then they put them in their own. Then they do them for themselves. Eh? I know. Do we need na civic education? Then go able to show, because if na the church and the mosque and the pray, then they do a more. Then they do a. So also they miss them. Eh? On a form of godliness, not godly at all. Eh? From the politicians them to the last people them in the country. It's just too sad. It's just too sad. But we not give up. All we want for Salone are the best. And we want. Yeah?